My Music. A musical panel game devised by Edward J. Mason and Tony Schreier. And here to introduce the teams is Steve Race.
A certain radio executive, speaking at a time of stress, told the press that the BBC had, I quote, more musicians than we need playing in inflexible combinations. I'm grateful to David Cook of Sharhampton for pointing that out. He, and you, I hope, will note that our cast for My Music is also an inflexible combination. In other words, John Amos and Frank Muir versus Ian Wallace and Denis Norden.
Are you wearing yours?
And I turn with relief to the first question. John, the first question for you. Can you name, please, 2 composers involved in this?
Francis Poulenc, the composer, was invited to play his piano concerto in Boston. And he thought they would be terribly pleased if he incorporated Way Down Upon the Swanee River. Nobody had given him a map of the United States. They weren't at all chuffed.
That's right. He wrote it for the Boston Symphony Orchestra.
That's right.
He made that ghastly error. Do you know the composer of Swanee River? The composer's name?
Oh, I don't know.
Stephen Foster.
Stephen Foster. Your mate has come up with it. Yes, so that's a nice clean mark. Francis Poulenc and Stephen Foster. Frank, your turn. Who's the singer, please?
When you told me not to cry, held me tenderly, and your kiss was our goodbye, you were gone to me.
It's Ian Wallace again, isn't it? Either that or it's the unsinkable Dorothy Squires.
Absolutely unsinkable Dorothy Squires. It was Dottie, yes. I was the arranger on her first records. Did you know? I'll close my eyes and all those.
Billy Reed song.
Yes, Billy Reed's songs. Ian, can you identify this voice?
Well sung, John.
Thanks.
Luciano Pavarotti.
Pavarotti, absolutely, yes. Denis, a song with something of a history.
Sunday's gloomy, my hours are slumberless. Dearest, the shadows I live with are numberless. Little white flowers will never awaken you. Not where the black coach of sorrow has taken you.
Gloomy Sunday.
Gloomy Sunday.
Gloomy Sunday.
And the history was strange, wasn't it? Not that it was
Well,
genuine,
yes,
we
they
think.
do say that it was enjoyed one of those sort of cults in America for a time where people all over the place committed suicide.
Well, they said actually in, I think, Sweden it was where it's supposed to have happened.
Well, Sweden, but also it was among the college campuses, but I don't think they ever verified it.
Just publicity. In this next round, would you please, all 4, write down your answer? There's a separate question for each of you. John, first, you. John, where in music would you find Menelaus? You write down the answer. Frank, where might you find first, second, and even third and fourth elves? Ian, where would you find the Egyptian Helen? And Denis, where might the omniscient seashell be located? The omniscient seashell. Can I go back round for the answer now? John, where would you find Menelaus in music?
I think you'd find him in an opera by Berlioz called The Trojans.
You might well, because he's from the Trojan story, yes. That's
Yes, and you might also find him in some of the Gluck operas.
Yes, that's true too. Frank, the first, second, third and fourth elves?
From the collective works of
Elves Presley. or the first third or fourth verses of "Here's an elf unto his majesty."
That's very often.
La 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 la.
Ian, where would you find the Egyptian Helen?
La Belle Hélène of Offenbach.
Oh, yes, right.
Or in a pyramid.
Yes, that's nice. Yes, not too far in, we hope. Dennis, where might the omniscient seashell be located, I asked you?
On the beach at Bally Bally.
It happened on the beach at
Bally Bally.
4 interesting answers. The answer, of course, is, in a sense, is the same to all 4 questions. In Richard Strauss's The Egyptian Helen, Opus 75. All those things are to be found, but they all got their marks just the same. Frank, would you like some dates? You don't want to commit yourself.
I don't know yet.
Have some dates. Speaking as someone whose birthday is on April the 1st, I'm rather date conscious. Let me see if you are. John, who was born on the 29th of February, 1792? 29th of February.
Oh, 29th of February, yes, Rossini.
Rossini, yes. He was born on Leap Day. Right.
Yes.
On the night of December the 31st, 1913, who fired a gun, was arrested and sent to a waif's home in New Orleans?
9th of December, 1913.
Yes.
He said under his breath, New Orleans, right?
Yes, I did.
Yes, you may not have heard it.
Struggling with the memories of New Orleans jazzmen.
Ah, yes.
Depends really what they play. If it's piano...
Well, when he got into he was sent to a waif's home as a result. And when he got there, they taught him to play the cornet.
Louis Armstrong.
Thank you.
Satchmo.
Goodness, yes, the mark. Yeah, all right. Ian, John's question concerned Rossini, born on Leap Day, who, thanks to a similar chance, found that he'd only served 5 years of a 21-year contract. Yes.
This very sad case of the pirate's apprentice,
Yes.
Frederick, in
Yes.
the Pirates of Penzance. And so honest was he that, or is he, because it is still done, that he tells his fiancée that he can't possibly marry her until the contract is up, and this is in sort of 1880 something, and he says that as I was born in this way, I shall not be able to marry you until 1940. And she comes back with the splendid remark, "It seems so long."
That's right. Dennis, on December the 30th, 1879, the premiere of The Pirates took place at the Bijou Theatre, Paignton, in Devonshire. 1 day later at the Fifth Avenue Theatre, New York City. Rather odd. Why?
Well, even somebody who deals in the humble way that Frank and I do with the laws of copyright have this ground into our head. They had to perform it publicly in order to establish a copyright in front of an audience.
That's right.
Now, they also properly publish it. It had to be performed in front of an
To
audience.
prevent pirating by US management. That's really what happened. Does any of you know what gave Gilbert the idea for the plot? Do any of you know that? A real life happening gave him the idea.
It was supposed to have been Sir William Penn, who founded Pennsylvania, and his aunt had a pie shop. And she charged a lot of money for these pies, and somebody was complaining about the pie rates of Penn's aunt. That goes back even as far as the copywriting.
It doesn't seem to be what I've got here. Gilbert himself was kidnapped from his nurse by bandits near Naples. And this gave him the idea. It could have been called the Bandits of Naples instead of the Pirates of Penzance. Some identification of tunes I'm going to play very briefly on the piano. Maddening how familiar some tunes can be, less familiar perhaps than their titles. John?
Yes.
Right. John, published in 1903, what is this? Yes. What is it?
It's a waltz.
Yes. Do you know the title?
No.
No. It's Lehar by Franz Lehar. It's the Gold and Silver Waltz.
Good.
You took that very well.
Yes,
Frank,
on the chin.
Frank, this tune is familiar enough and has been since 1910.
That's my period.
Yes, but what is it?
It's by Herman Fink.
Yes,
and it's
right.
called In the Shadows.
Yes, that's right, In the Shadows. Good.
That's my period.
1912 saw the first performance of this. What's that one?
Yes, I don't know the composer, but it's called Nights of Gladness.
Yes, and it's by Charles Ancliffe.
Charles Ancliffe.
Yes, you've got the mark. Dennis, the original music copy calls this a characteristic piece. Oh. It dates from 1907.
I tell you why I know this, because there used to be an act called Revenell and West.
Yeah.
And they used to do this, and Ethel Redwood, the big ones, we used to say, Gracie's now going to do the grasshoppers dance by the ukulele.
That's right. Yes.
Whereas Hermione Gingold always had it in for Boccarini. Do you remember?
Yeah.
This, which was Boccalossi, this was, yes. We come to words from Warlike songs. John, where will you find a reference to Lucifer in a song?
I should think in any setting of Milton.
Oh, very high-class answer. Yes.
Lucifer to
yes. That'll do, Frank. Yes.
Smile, boys, that's the start.
Either of you know the title of it?
What?
No.
I'll get to it. Pack up your troubles in your old kit bag.
You're toying with me, aren't you? Yes, Pack Up Your Troubles, the song. Right, Frank, your turn. Take the Shilling. What's that from?
Willing, don't take a shilling. I'll make a man out of you.
Yeah, I'll make a man of you. Sung by, do you remember who in Oh, What a Lovely World?
Well, it depends who was playing the role.
Well, in the film. It does, actually. Yes, it does depend. Maggie Smith.
Yes, it was
Maggie Smith. Ian, coal fatigue. Where will I find that in a song?
Coal fatigue. The miner's dream of home.
Coal porter.
No.
Wait a minute.
Spoken rather than sung.
Yes, it's it's one of those shouted bits in
Yes.
the sergeant, when the sergeant major's on parade on the square. Go on. All the folks passing by.
Fatigue for you, he says. Yes.
All that, I can't, yes, all right. Pick him up.
Yes.
What the Hoover?
That's the one. Yes.
The way he handles the men is
Dennis, your patriotic pastime.
Is that, yeah, now wait a minute. I think isn't this in a book that we're both from?
Yes, here we go, we got it.
Because
Brothers.
It's, I don't know the tune, but I remember that the lyric went something like, we've got a bigger and better war for your patriotic pastime. We don't know what we're fighting for, but we didn't know that last time.
We didn't know that last
time. And it's the verse to strike up the band, which is actually an ironic song, and everybody plays the patriot. And he had to alter it for World War II, didn't he? Had to make it less
Yes, it's from Strike Up the Band. You got to it in the end. Let's turn to some film music. Slightly unusual film music. John, you won't know this theme, I think, but an Australian composer wrote it for the 1947 film of an Irish playwright's 1895 success. Work out the film?
1947 film.
Yes. 1895 success, though he had another success that same year, this Irish playwright.
An Irish playwright.
Yes.
Wow.
Well, Wilde is an Irish playwright, that's right. But you're not referring to him, are you?
Why not?
Oh, you would be, then.
Well, he was born in Dublin. He qualifies.
Oh, he was born in Dublin. But you said he's an Australian composer?
Yep.
Well, no. Would it be Arthur Benjamin?
It would. Now, what's
Not
the...
with that accent, it wouldn't.
Well, Arthur Benjamin doesn't have an Australian accent. He was one of the best cooks, incidentally, I've ever come across.
Yes, but the answer to the question is the title of the film.
Oh, a woman of...
no, the other one.
Importance of...
No, the other one.
Lady Winwood.
Lady...
No, the other one.
Well, it wasn't Reading Jail, anyway.
It wasn't. No, it wasn't. De Profundis. It was An Ideal Husband.
Ah.
But, half a mark for Arthur Benjamin.
Oh, thanks.
Frank, this gentle theme by Richard Rodney Bennett... Frank, that theme, isn't it nice? Depicted a lady whose close companion was mad, bad, and dangerous to know.
Ah.
Now, what would the film title be?
Well, Mad, Bad, Dangerous to Know... Mad, Bad, and Dangerous to Know was Lord Byron's description of his ex-girlfriend, Lady Caroline Lamb.
Yes, that's the title of the film, Lady Caroline Lamb. Robert Bolt's script. Remember who the girl was?
Yes, Susan Miles.
Sarah
Miles. Who's Susan Miles?
keep her out of this.
Oh, I remember Broadstairs, Flats.
Ian, a waltz theme by Angela Morley to depict a seagull, name of Kihar. I think it's pure seagull music. But the title of the film...
Is it...
Dennis?
Where Seagulls Bear.
How about there's a gull in my soup?
Seagull of Alcatraz. Any ideas? I gave you the name of the...
It's only Jonathan Livingston, as far as I know.
No, I gave you the name of the seagull. Oh.
Did you?
For shame.
No, Kuna or something.
I have a friend who looks out of his window on this very place.
Does he?
Anybody know what it's called? Yes, Watership Down. Yes. Andrew Lloyd Webber looks out of his window and there's Watership Down outside there. That's where he lives. You didn't get it, did you?
No.
Dennis, music by Ron Goodwin, which for once doesn't really seem to evoke the title of the picture. It was made in 1972. Dennis, that introduced...
I must tell you, because Ian said it's the kind of music they play at the beginning of a television award show.
Yes, that's right. That introduced Hitchcock's first British film for 22 years. So the title...
It was Frenzy, that film, wasn't it?
That's the one.
Was it for Frenzy? It wasn't very frenzied.
The theme for Frenzy. Love is the subject, would you believe, of the songs in this final non-scoring round. Frank, as time goes by... Here's looking at you, kid.
Okay. You must remember this. A kiss is still a kiss. A sigh is just a sigh. The fundamental things apply as time goes by. And when two lovers woo, they still say I love you. On that you can rely. No matter what the future brings, as time goes by. Moonlight and love songs never out of date. Hearts full of passion, jealousy and hate. Woman needs man, and man must have his mate. Let no one undermine. It's still the same old story. A fight for love and glory. A case of do or die. The world will always welcome lovers as time goes by.
John's song is from The Maid of the Mountains. Love will find a way.
I was once in the Maid of the Mountains.
Where?
I was a
Lead the mountains.
The mountain or the maid?
No, I was a fisherman in Act 2, I think, and a brigand in Act 3. Can't remember what it was in Act 1. Dead loss, I should think. Whate'er before, I still recall that sunlight mountainside, where hearts are true and skies are blue and love's the only guide. If faithful to my trust I stay, no fate can fill me with dismay. Love holds the key to set me free, and love will find a way.
All of 80 years ago, Kate Carney used to sing about Liza Johnson. Now it's Dennis.
Better. Right.
Starts right.
Right. Liza, you are my donut. You are my little peach. Meet me round at the fish shop, and I will stand you a penny for each. Lord love you, no bloke is going to kiss you. Not much while I'm your beau. If I should lose me tit-fur, then it's what oh, Liza Johnson, what oh.
Liza Johnson. Words by Tom Moore, music by Trad, accompaniment by, didn't have a certain amount of luck, singing by Ian Wallace. The Young May Moon.
The young May Moon. The young May Moon is beaming, love. The glowworm's lamp is gleaming, love. How sweet to roll through Mourner's Grove, while the drowsy world is dreaming, love. Then away the heavens look bright, my dear. 'Tis never too late for delight, my dear. And the best of all ways to lengthen our days is to steal a few hours from the night, my dear. Now all the world is sleeping, love, and the sage his star watch keeping, love. And I, whose star more glorious far, is the eye from that casement peeping, love. Then awake till rise of sun, my dear. The sage's glass will shun, my dear. For in watching the flight of bodies of light, he might happen to take thee for one, my dear.
It's just time to tell you that the victors in this week's contest are John Amis and Frank Muir.
Taking part in My Music were John Amis, Frank Muir, Ian Wallace and Denis Norden. The chairman was Steve Race. The questions were compiled by Steve Race and the programme was produced by Tony Schreier. present My Music. A musical panel game devised by Edward J. Mason and Tony Schreier. And here to introduce the teams is Steve Race.
Thank you. Hello and welcome to My Music, which means the best part of half an hour in the company of John Amos, Frank Muir, Ian Wallace and Denis Norden. Right, to begin, John, here are two operatic characters. First this one. And now this lady. Now, John, what specifically have those two operatic characters in common? Do you know what either of them were or what they were from?
Well, one's a Mozart opera and the other's a Wagner opera.
Not Wagner, no. The first one's Mozart, yes. Did you get the opera?
No.
And the second
It's not Figaro, it's not Così, it's not the Magic Flute.
That's right.
It's not Don Giovanni.
No, it's lesser, you might say.
Therefore, what?
It's a bit lesser than that, you might say.
Yes, so it's either Seraglio
No.
or Idomeneo.
Idomeneo, you've got it first time. Now, one of them was in a character in Idomeneo, the other one was a character in a Richard Strauss opera.
Ah, then they're probably what is known as trouser rolls. Right?
They had more in common than that, even.
They are boys.
They are both Electra.
They are both Electra.
Electra. In Mozart's Idomeneo and in Richard Strauss's Electra. So, why not half a mark, I think, don't you? Half a mark. Yes.
What's a trouser roll?
It's
when a girl plays a boy.
Ah.
That's right.
No, I thought it was, like a trouser press or, different way of creasing them or something.
Julia Varadi and Birgit Nielsen, the two voices.
Bread roll split in two.
Frank, just for interest, see if you could identify the speaking voice, Frank, of a well-known pianist. Listen closely.
Ma, yes.
There he or she is.
Fats Waller.
Fats Waller gets you a nice round mark, yes. Ian. Ian, how many pianists here and what are they both playing? Somewhat tortured, I said. How many pianists?
Well, he's very kind, isn't he, Steve, really, to give such a... I had to give it a bit of thought, but I did come to the conclusion that he suggested there might be two pianists there.
No, there's one. I'm afraid it was a...
Oh, in other words, you have been devious.
Yeah, I was devious. I'm afraid it's one pianist, Craig Shepherd. But you know what he was playing?
Yes, I know that he was playing, Tannhäuser.
Yes, from the overture, transcribed by Liszt into that somewhat elaborate version.
Was he playing it at the same time, as it were? Or, was it a double recording?
Oh, no.
Or was he playing feet and everything
in that world wouldn't do double recordings like that. I must tell you, Marjorie Wilkinson of Huddersfield told me about two ladies at a celebrity concert there in Huddersfield, one of whom said to her companion, "You are enjoying it, aren't you?" And the other said, he said, "Music's all right," she said, "but just look at dust on piano legs." Dennis, Frank had to identify a pianist from 4 words. See if you can identify a singer from 1.5 syllables.
Yeah. Well, if you'd sat next to him as long as I have, I think you could call him Fats Wallace.
Not so much now as at one time, though. That's true, isn't it? That's right. Do you recognise your own song, Ian, there? Which was it?
Yes, there's only one song, I think, in my repertoire that I finish like that, and that is a song called Long Ago in Alcala.
Yes, right. When I was at school, we had a society called the Lit and Hist, the Literary and Historical Society. We come now to a round that might be called the Lit and Mus, Literary and Musical. Frank, this time you start us off. I quote, "At first the piano complained alone, like a bird deserted by its mate. The violin heard and answered it as from a neighbouring tree." That passage, Frank, translated, comes from a novel in 7 parts, 16 volumes. The author, first part's called Swan's Way. Can you give us the author, please, and the full title?
It came from Uppingham. It's a French gentleman.
Yes.
A foreign gentleman called Proust.
Yes, Marcel Proust. And
it's a remembrance of things past.
Yes, all the same
Scott
thing.
Moncrief's translation.
Yes. Thank you. Yes. John, it's been suggested that when Proust wrote that about a piano complaining and the violin answering us from a neighbouring tree, it's been suggested that he had in mind this piece of music. So what is it, John?
It's César Franck, violin and piano sonata.
Yes, it is indeed. Denis, you next.
Me?
Where did Mr. Reltub hear something very like these chords?
There are 2 mysteries attached to that question. First of all, Mr. Reltub, which you roll off your tongue with the assumption that I would immediately know who it was. And secondly, the phrase very like. Does that mean that you have some difficulty in playing it, or does it mean that was an approximation to what he heard?
I will answer your double question.
Yes.
I'll answer your second question first. I have less difficulty playing that than most things.
Yeah, I see. But why did you say very like? Is that
he wrote that he heard something very like those chords. So
I've always had a vision of if concert pianists, if you classical people were to adopt the same methods of introduction as the pop people of my world do. So the concert pianist would say, "I'm now going to play you the César Franck violin concerto," and it goes something like this.
Only he would say, "We are now going to play."
Get back to Reltub.
Mr. Reltub. Now there's a clue.
Is it
Yes.
backwards?
That's right.
Butler, Mr. Butler.
Yes. So,
Mr. Butler. Does he ring a bell?
Samuel Butler.
Samuel Butler.
he went somewhere and heard chords like that.
Well, I only know Eriwan.
Well, that'll do very nicely. It was Eriwan, which is Samuel Butler's nowhere backwards.
Yeah.
He went to this strange land and he heard those chords being played.
Oh, I
think
see.
you worked your way to it. Ian, actually, Butler said that music was composed by, I quote him, the greatest of all musicians. I'll play you a little more. So who would the greatest of all musicians be?
Well, I would say, listening to that it could be George Friedrich Handel.
Got it. Handel, yes, and he composed it originally for the harpsichord. A piano medley. But different this week in that it's mainly for Frank and Denis, but all 8 tunes are available to both sides. So start writing and keep on writing. And listeners might like to try writing them down at home too. So it's John and Frank versus Ian and Denis as I play this chorus. You are on trust.
I know. I did worse on that than I ever done on it. You aimed it at
there we are. It's a complete 32-bar chorus. I'm going to give you the titles. You give yourself half a mark for each one you've got. Right. Here we go. Give me the old soft shoe.
Soft shoe, I've got now.
That'll do. Trail of the Lonesome Pine. Indiana. Paper Doll. All I Want for Christmas Is My Two Front Teeth. Give Me the Moonlight. Give Me the Girl. Who Were You With Last Night? And The Policeman's Holiday. How many did your side get, Frank?
I got one. How many did you get? Don't laugh. There's a fair average.
Right, there's
I've done better than him. I got 0.
Right, there's a half over that side. How about your side, Ian?
We got 4.5 between us because for some reason I've got the word I down. And it ran into one of my doodles.
So you got 4, so you got 2 marks.
Yeah.
2 marks out of that. Fair enough. Many are the songs, operas and musicals that include a boy's name or a girl's name. Evita, one thinks, or Oh Johnny, or Tosca, or Danny Boy. In fact, going through the alphabet, as we are about to do, the only really difficult letters for names are Q and U. So let me say straight away that the best I could do for Q is the Queen of the Night aria from Mozart, or Don Quixote, I suppose. And for U, Ulysses, or there's Jimmy Durante's song about Umbriago. I think must start with a U. So, gentlemen, will you write down, please, these letters that will be coming your way? John, write down C, G, K, O, T, Y. Frank, D, H, L, P, V, and Z. Ian, B, F, J, N, S, X. Yes, and Dennis, you're going to start with you, Dennis. A, E, I, M, R, and W. So it's a title of a piece of music or song involving someone's name. And I'll give you a little bit of help with the difficult ones. Starting, Dennis, A for...
Once in Love with Amy.
Yes. Ian, B for...
Billy Boy.
Thank you. C, John.
Carmen.
Yeah. Frank, D for...
You see, Daisy.
Oh, yes. Your answer. Dennis, back to you. E for...
Evelina.
Yes, I suppose. F for Ian.
Frederica.
Yes, do. John, G for...
Gianni. Skiki.
Oh, yes, all right. Frank, H for...
I'm Henry the Eighth. I am
lovely.
Henry.
Yes, that's right. We're doing famously here. Ian, Dennis, I for...
Irene.
Ian, J for...
Nita, Juanita.
Oh, yes, Juanita. Juanita, yeah. John, K for... John, K...
K, Katya.
Yes,
As Katya. Kabanova.
Yes, the Janacek opera, yes. Frank, L for...
Don't bring Lulu.
Yes. M, Dennis.
Martha.
Yes. Ian, N.
Nelly D.
Good, we're doing great. John, O for...
Oliver.
Yes. Frank, P for...
P for, what?
Patience.
Patience, yes. Patience. A very fine quality sometimes for chairman of panel games. Q, we've already dealt with, so it's R, Dennis, for...
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, if you'll take anthropomorphism.
Oh, no? Yes.
All right. Ramona.
By that any time, yes, or second-hand rose, yes. Ian, S for...
Sylvia.
Yep. John, T.
Turandot.
Yeah. Frank, we've already done you, so Frank, you have V. V for...
My Vilia,
yes. Dennis, W.
Walter, lead me to the altar.
Ian, X.
Xerxes.
Yes, that's the only one I can think of. John, Y for...
Yevgeny Onegin.
Oh, that's... Auction horror show, I think we could say for that, yes. And Z, Frank, for...
Also sprach Zarathustra.
Yes, very good. Or even Zorba the Greek would have done, yes. This next round concerns, or in some way revolves around, a piano sonata. It's played by Roger Woodward. Let's get John to tell us which sonata it is. John.
That's Beethoven's last waltz. His last sonata.
Key
Number
or
32, C minor, opus 111.
See, that's right. That's got the one. Right, we've got
sonata,
that.
he died.
Well done. John, Frank, here's a passage from a little later in that same sonata when he's working his way towards the second subject. Frank, what is the second subject?
Is it not the motif? The second motif, which is perhaps stated by the woodwind, played upfield to the violins, intercepted by the cellos, then back it.
Absolutely, yes. Particularly in a piano sonata. Yes. It's the second theme that comes up for discussion. And very, very nice too. Good. Ian, the second movement, marked Arietta Adagio Molto, goes through various moods and developments, including this bit. I always think the first Charleston, actually. On the score, Ian, it's written in 12:32 time. That is how many whats in a bar, please, and no second guesses. 12:32.
Guesses?
32 is not very common, is it? Even
No,
in
it's
your
not. Well, I'll have to work this out. 4 crotchets,
Yeah.
8 quavers, 16 semiquavers, 32 so it's demi-semiquavers.
Yes. 12:32 time, then
with 12 of them.
12 of them.
Yeah.
12 of them, yes. Yes.
And
very
good
tasty,
luck to us
very
to play
tasty
it.
too. Yes, that's right. Dennis, Beethoven's C minor sonata was dedicated at the head of the score to Archduke Rudolph. How would you address an Archduke?
I'd put a label on his forehead and stamp it.
That will do me very nicely,
Yes,
actually.
right.
You'd do it in German, wouldn't you? Because that's really the answer. The title of Archduke, it says Debrett's correct form, the title of Archduke is confined to members of the Habsburg family, so you'd have to do it in German. Just in case you should imagine that to syncopate is something relatively new, here is some true syncopation from the same sonata. Dennis, you probably guessed I would ask this. Can you give us a derivation of the word syncopate?
Well, it was an interesting thing you said before, just in case I should think that syncopation was recent, because I don't know how this compares with your musical version of it, but when we were doing English in the upper six, we used to
were you really?
Grammar, yeah. And there was a thing called syncope, which is used in verse, where you used to leave out a vowel in order to change the stress. If you took a word like overlook, and if you called it o'erlook, that was syncope, and you used it in order to move the stress. Now, I would think that syncopation in some way either moves or emphasizes an unnatural stress.
Well, here's our fine and distinguished audience, which applauded Frank for guessing Fats Waller and didn't applaud that answer. Yes, I've got written down here, late Latin, syncopare, to swoon, also possible Greek. What was strong becomes weak, therefore swoons. And so to the home stretch in 4 very different songs, beginning with Frank and A Pocket Full of Dreams.
I'm no millionaire, but I'm not the type to care, 'cause I've got a pocket full of dreams. It's my universe, even with an empty purse. I've got a pocket full of dreams. Wouldn't take the wealth on Wall Street for the treasures I possess. And I calculate I'm worth my weight in happiness. Oh, lucky me, I can live in luxury, 'cause I've got a pocket full of dreams.
You could call that à la recherche de temps boupadou.
Yes. Graffiti rules. Beside one of the lifts in Broadcasting House many years ago, someone wrote, "Wonderful Rossini." And after a while, someone else added the words, "and Bellini." Here is some Bellini from John.
Dolente immagine dei figli mia, perché si squallidano e siedi accanto, che più desideri, tirato pianto io sul tuo cenere versai finor, io sul tuo cenere versai finor, io sul tuo cenere versai finor, io sul tuo cenere versai finor.
Really choice, that wasn't.
No, we lower the tone a bit. Yeah.
Well, I'm going to do one of these sort of radio feature bits. Various things happened in the year 1930. Pluto was discovered. Perspex was invented. Geely made his debut. The Turkestan-Siberian Railway was completed, as we all remember. And a small boy named Denis Norden first heard the song Little White Lies.
The moon was all aglow, and heaven was in your eyes. The night that you told me those little white lies, the stars all seemed to know that you didn't mean all those sighs. The night that you told me those little white lies, I try, but there's no forgetting when evening appears. I sigh, but there's no regretting in spite of my tears. The devil was in your heart, but heaven was in your eyes. The night that Frank sold me those little pink ties. You would have thought he would have said gave me, wouldn't you?
The year 1965 saw the first woman to climb the Matterhorn, the Clay-Liston fight, bank rate at 6%, and Burton Lane, not only a composer, a very fine address as well, wrote On a Clear Day, for Ian Wallace ultimately to sing.
On a clear day, rise and look around you, and you'll see who you are. On a clear day, how it will astound you that the glow of your being outshines every star. You can feel part of every mountain, sea and shore. You can hear from far and near a world you never heard before. And on a clear day, on that clear day, you can see forever, forever, forever,
How it will astound you, Ian sang, and prepare to be further astounded, or perhaps not really, as I tell you this contest has provided a victory for Denis Norden and Ian Wallace. Goodbye.
Taking part in My Music were John Amos, Frank Muir, Ian Wallace and Denis Norden. The chairman was Steve Race. The questions were compiled by Steve Race, and the program was produced by Tony Schreier. We present My Music, a musical panel game devised by Edward J. Mason and Tony Schreier. And here to introduce the teams is Steve Race.
Hello again, and will you say hello again to our 4 regular contestants, John Amos and Frank Muir, Ian Wallace and Denis Norden. John, in view of its essentially serious musical origins, a rather surprising bout of boogie-woogie. John, the composer, played concertos with Liszt, Chaminade was his sister-in-law, and 14 pianists played together at his Carnegie Hall benefit concert in 1921. Any idea who he was?
At his benefit concert?
Yes, indeed.
Well, working backwards, I do know that there was some jamboree multi-pianist concerts in aid of Moskowski.
That's who it was. It was Moskowski.
I didn't recognise the piece. Quite honestly, it sounded like a sort of sonata by Charles Villiers Stanford, a sort of Irish one that got away.
Well, same sort of period. Same sort of period, actually. You've got it right. Moskowski it was, 1854 to 1925.
It was probably played by Yehudi Moynihan.
You know, I'm sorry, excuse me, but one evening Isaac Stern had given a concert at the Festival Hall, and there was a knock at the door, and Stern said, "Who is there?" Yehudi. He said, "Yehudi who?"
Yes, only jesting, yes. Frank, you're a man with a sense of period. When was this music composed? And I'll give you a certain amount of leeway. Roughly when?
March the 14th. 1803.
Well, I'll tell you, because I think it's very interesting. It was composed around about 1736 by Jean-Ferry Rebel, 1661 to 1747, representing chaos. And
very good.
Extraordinary piece of early train music. 1736 or thereabouts.
Thank you for that question, Steve.
Ian, this next composer wrote an opera about a dog, entertained friends at parties by making his cello sound like a kazoo, and at the 600th anniversary celebrations of Cologne Cathedral, he played his Fantasia on Rossini's William Tell. Be that all as it may, here is the start of one of his overtures. Ian, the inevitable question follows. What can you tell me about the drum major's daughter?
Well, I thought we made up our minds a long time ago, Steve, not to indulge in this sort of idle scandal in this programme. But I can tell you about the drum major's daughter, as it happens, because it was an operetta by Offenbach in which some of us for the BBC took part in a performance.
I did not know that.
Some time ago, and then I had to write the narration for it. So.
Based on another opera by the same story?
Oh, based on the Daughter of the Regiment.
Donizetti, yes. Dennis, here's a rather attractive excerpt from a concerto for 4 guitars by Torova. Dennis, a linguistic question for you. Have you got a pad of paper there?
Yeah.
You turn it sideways, turn it through 90 degrees, that's right. On the record sleeve there appears, Dennis, a single word which I will spell out while you write it down. Mm-hmm. Ready? SCHALPATNAUFNAHME. You got that word down?
Yeah, that's the simple word. Now,
my question, what does it mean? It appears on the record sleeve.
It means pinch from the German music library, I would think. Schallplatten, I think, is German for record, isn't it?
That's right. You're doing very nicely, yes.
Well, all we want is the Erstaufnahme. Isn't Erst first?
Yes.
Yes. Right. So we've got the first record.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's the first recording. It's exactly what it is. It's the first recording of that particular word. Let's move on to the subject. It's a rather interesting subject of bells and bell ringing. John, whose bells are these? Absolutely electrifying stuff, isn't it?
Yes.
Whose bells, John?
They are Poe's bells.
Yes.
They are Poe bells. Not the sound of Poe bells, but the sound of Poe's bells, translated into Russian by Balmont and set to music by Rachmaninoff.
Yes, the tintinnabulation of the bells. Yes, Rachmaninoff called the bells choral symphony.
Ask an easy question and you get it.
Well, still with bells, Frank, a Cambridge printer published a book in 1668 on the subject of methods and changes. What was his name?
I'm going to get a point. I'm going to get a point.
You feel it coming on, do you?
No, grab just the bells. The bell.
Change ringing is a totally British invention. And there are 3 methods of change ringing. There's plain bobs, or bob majors. There's grandsir, or grandsire, grandsir triples, grandsir doubles, and the Stedman.
Oh.
And Fabian Stedman was this gentleman who, in the 17th century, devised this mathematical arrangement of change ringing, which is totally only so in this country. On the continent, they preferred carillon, playing tunes.
Yes, that's right. Fabian Stedman, that's right. Yes. Very good. Ian, you're good at arithmetic.
I beg your pardon.
Well, you weren't trained for music. No, you're good at arithmetic. If you had 6 bells, Ian, how many different ways could you ring them before having to repeat the sequence?
Oh.
Take a guess.
I should think about 54,000.
Well, I heard the right answer whispered by John. Dennis, you're working it out somehow, aren't you?
Yeah, I wouldn't...
6 bells.
3,720 I make it, isn't it?
You said 720, didn't you, John? It's 720 is the answer for 6 bells, yes. From 7 bells, fascinating thing is, from 7 bells, only one more, you get 5,040 changes, and from 8 bells you can get 40,320 before repeating a sequence. Dennis, who is this singing about the bells of Rimney?
Oh, what will you give me? say the sad bells of Rimini. Is there hope for the future? Say the brown bells of Merthyr.
Sing it.
I don't know. It's one of that group of American girls who sing that type of song, and they've all got the same sort of hairdo. But I really don't know which one it was.
The audience perhaps can tell us.
Yeah? No, I thought Joan Baez, but it isn't Joan Baez.
No,
you can tell it's not that voice.
Judy Collins. It was Judy Collins. A tune by Cole Porter introduces the next round. It's Rosalie. John, what can you tell me about Rosalie, otherwise known as the Rosalia, Schusterfleck, or Cobbler's Patch?
It's a song.
The one I just played.
By Cole Porter.
Anything else?
Richard Strauss. No, what's his name? Richard Taube used to sing it, didn't he?
Yes. But Rosalie is a thing as well. According to Anton Schindler, it's a thing as well in music. A theory in composition.
It's a rosary, actually, the name.
Well, Anton Schindler, and I quote from Robbins Landon, in the theory of composition, the term Rosalie, or Rosalie, is used for a pattern of a few bars that are repeated stepwise, not unlike the beads of a rosary.
I said...
What did you say?
I said to the man, yes. the word really means rosary. Rosalie.
Yes. Oh, good. Yes.
So you want half a mark for that, won't you? So an example of this pattern of a few bars repeated stepwise. This might do as an example. And your question, Frank, that passage I just played, what was it from?
All over the place.
Yes. Right.
As was my voice.
So you got that right.
Ian.
Anton Schindler never knew that tune.
No, he didn't know. Ian, the opening line of All Over the Place is suspiciously like something else. What something else is that?
Oh, yes, that's Chopin.
Yes, that gets you the mark. Do you happen to know which piece?
I think it's a nocturne,
yes,
but I don't know which.
That's right. D-flat nocturne, opus 27, number 2. We are doing well in this round here. Dennis, I mentioned Cole Porter's Rosalie from the
I bet I know what you're coming around. Yes.
1937 film of that name, but there'd been a 1928 show called Rosalie as well. Question, who contributed to that?
Well, I think a lot of people did, but the one I think of in particular, do you remember a song called How Long Has This Been Going On?
Yes.
I could cry salty tears.
Yes.
That one. Because there's a rather nice... I don't know if you remember that the Gershwins wrote that for a show called Funny Face, and it was in the show and rehearsed, and a publisher rang up and said, could they possibly take it out? Because there was another song that he had called How Long Has This Been Going? You remember, it was a rather jaunty song. And Ira Gershwin said, well, with the greatest will in the world, I'd like to oblige you, but it's in the show, and we open in 3 days, so I can't help you. 2 days later, the song was taken out of the show before it opened, so the publisher could have gone ahead and done the other one instead of waiting a few years. And that song afterwards went into a show called Rosalie that they contributed to.
Yes, the contributors to Rosalie were, I've got them down here, Sigmund Romberg, the Gershwin brothers, Guy Bolton, P.G. Woodhouse, and somebody called W.A. Maguire. Subject to this next round is yodeling. That was Jimmy Rogers. But the yodeling comes in all classes. John, some high-class yodeling for you. John, this will not detain us long. Title and composer, please.
It's just The Shepherd on the Rock.
Yes, by
Schubert.
Yes, that's right. I'm sure you can do better yodeling than that. That's right, the Shepherd on the Rock. Yes, the Shepherd on the Rock, Schubert. Ellie Ameling singing there beautifully. Frank, how did yodeling begin? How did it originate?
It was in the valleys and the mountain peaks of the Alps, when the Swiss and the Austrians, calling the milk chocolate home, had to devise a very loud noise. So they developed this enormously speedy gear change, vocal gear change into falsetto, which I can't do. I've always felt very deprived, so I can't do falsetto.
Yes, it's an alternation between normal voice and falsetto, and just a matter of interest, in 1829, a family of yodelers were a great hit in London. Ian, in Rossini's William Tell, not the overture, in the William Tell proper, there's a yodeling-type tune called a Tyrolienne or Tyrolean. You, of all people, should know how it goes.
Oh, one thinks 100 of them come to mind.
Of course. I'll play you a little bit.
Yes, the Scottish soldier.
Yes, that's right. Dennis, who are these 4 yodelers, and can you manage to dredge up the accompanying band leader's name as well? He was a famous fiddle player.
Hold it, lady, lady.
He sings his yodeling jive, yodeling jive.
Hold it, lady, lady.
The mountains echo his yodeling jive.
4 names, Dennis?
Well, Bing Crosby and the Andrews sisters,
yes,
but I couldn't distinguish who the band leader was.
Well, you couldn't distinguish, no, but famous fiddle player.
Well,
Vic Shern, or Shane, was the usual Andrews sisters MD, but this one was done by...
Venuti, Eddie
Yes,
Lang.
Joe Venuti.
Joe Venuti.
Yes, Joe Venuti was the band leader on that. Just some quick questions to do with songs and their words. John, who will, if requested, sing in a church or at a dance?
I will.
We'll sing at
Frank Muir.
We'll sing in a church or we'll sing at a dance. Always makes me laugh when the people sing this, because they certainly wouldn't sing at a dance these days if they were booked for one. The King's Singers. What kind of songs do the King's Singers sing? It's their sort of signature tune.
Anything from isorhythmic motets
We'll
to
sing
pop
in
songs.
a church or we'll sing at a dance. They sing. You try asking them.
That's for a rhyme.
Yes. Frank, I quote, "Seems the flame in your heart done gone out." From what question does that statement come?
It's one of those lovely lines, isn't it?
Yes.
They don't write it anymore.
Yes. Right.
It seems that your
Flame in your heart done gone out.
Since you turned your love off at the main.
The question. Song title's a question.
So, I can't place it.
Do you know it, Dennis, just for interest?
No.
Seems the flame in your heart done gone out. It comes from Is You Is or Is You Ain't My Baby.
You ain't.
Ian, I want a very precise answer, please. I have 6 pence. How do I propose to allocate them?
We're back to arithmetic.
Yes, we are.
Yes. Tuppence to spend, and tuppence to lend, and tuppence to bring home to my wife.
Send home.
Oh,
Yes.
send home,
Send
yes.
yes. Dennis, I heard somebody whisper. In which song?
I heard somebody
This is a
whisper.
stress thing.
Oh.
I heard somebody whisper. Or
I heard
somebody.
somebody
somebody
whisper,
Yes.
please adore me, and all of a sudden the moon had turned to blue moon.
Blue moon,
Yeah,
yes.
Blue moon.
Actually, in the song it's I heard somebody whisper.
Yes.
That's right.
A body whispered.
That's right. Bonus for anyone, a song that mentions bookends.
Oh, yes.
What?
And
Yes, you've got
and my bookends.
Yes, and the world discovers as my bookends how
And
to
there's
make two lovers.
Isn't there a Simon and Garfunkel LP called
Yeah, there is theme and an LP title as well, so that's one
If
extra.
they asked me,
mark,
I could
one
cook a
extra
book.
to each side, yes. 4 very touching songs of one kind or another make up the closing minutes of this epic confrontation. Frank, favour us with Dream Lover.
Yes, this gets a bit fervent.
Yes, I'm starting you down low so that you can get high later.
I think listeners with a nervous disposition should put in old batteries in the set. Hang on. Dream, lover, fold your arms around me. Dream, lover, your romance has found me. I'm held in your spell, knowing too well dreams never tell. We two can leave the world behind us. No
divine. I am sharing with Apple or...
Thank you, Mrs. Muir. John's song is unaccompanied for two reasons. The other being, on principle, I won't play hunting songs on the piano. So, The Hunter in His Career.
It's not a very touching song.
No. Well, touching of a kind.
Rollicking.
Rollickers.
Go on.
Long ere the morn expects the return of Apollo from the ocean queen. Before the croak of the crow and the break of the day in the welkin scene, mounted he'd halloo and cheerfully follow to the chase with his bugle clear. Echo doth he make and the mountain shake with the thunder of his career. Second verse. Thus he careers over heaths, over meres, over deeps, over downs, over clay, till he hath won the moon from the morn and the evening from the day. His sport then he ends, and joyfully wends home again to his cottage, where frankly he feasts himself and his guests, and carouses in his career.
Oh, well, Rollick.
The whistle was the best bit.
That's why I put it in.
Yes. Dennis's song is about Lily.
Yeah, it was originally, just in case people write in, because they recognise it, in the unlikely event that they recognise. It was originally called Billy. It was sung by a lady called Beth Tate as a girl to a boy, but some people sang it as a boy to a girl and called it Lily, and I've forgotten how the tune goes into it. Right. For when I walk, I always walk with Lily, 'cause Lily knows just where to walk. And when I talk, I always talk with Lily, 'cause Lily knows just how to talk. And when I dine, I always dine with Lily. She takes me where I get my fill. And when I sleep, yes, when I sleep, I always dream about my Lily of Laguna. I always dream about my Lil.
Sweet little song. Charles Kingsley it was who wrote the words of Ian's song, A Farewell, with a startlingly familiar line at the beginning of the second verse.
My fairest child, I have no song to give you. No lark could pipe to skies so dull and grey. Yet ere we part, one lesson I can leave you for every day, for every day. Be good, sweet maid, and let who will be clever. Do noble things, not dream them all day long. And so make life, death, and that past forever one grand sweet song, one grand sweet song.
Farewell it is, with the news that this week the victors are John Amis and Frank Muir. Bye.
Taking part in My Music were John Amos, Frank Muir, Ian Wallace and Denis Norden. The chairman was Steve Race. The questions were compiled by Steve Race and the programme was produced by Tony Schreier. We present My Music. A musical panel game devised by Edward J. Mason and Tony Schreier. And here to introduce the teams is Steve Race.
Thank you very much. Please have a pencil and paper handy in case I should mention anyone you'd rather not be reminded of. But on the basis that we're all friends round here, meet John Amos and Frank Muir and Ian Wallace and Denis Norden. John.
Yes.
You first. How large was the audience at the first performance of this familiar music?
Well, Steve, I think you were playing the orchestral version, weren't you?
Yes.
Then it was played for Cosima Wagner by her husband and one or two other people for her birthday.
Yes.
And it was only then that Cosima realized why Richter, the famous conductor, had been running round the estate.
Yes, that's right.
Because he didn't usually play the trumpet very much.
No, yes, it was one Christmas at Triebschen where they lived. An audience of how many then? Cosima?
Cosima and any children she had up to that time.
Well, a small son, Siegfried, because it was the Siegfried idyll, wasn't it? Also, did you know Nietzsche was a house guest at the time? So
yes,
you
I
perhaps
did.
Heard it too, and of course some staff as well. The Siegfried idyll, right? Frank, I'm going to play you something hugely familiar and then cut off the record and ask you what comes next. What's next?
The synthesizer fused.
I think it had already fused, actually. What comes next? Do you know melodically what
comes next? Is rather an embarrassing silence.
Yes, I'll buy all these.
It's a Grieg piano concerto.
Yes, dum comes next. Yes, I mean, next would be... wouldn't it? Yes, or a rich...
It goes on.
A rich from Grieg.
Then it goes on.
Once started, he is unstoppable, though. While we're on synthesizers, that was very, very synthesized. A collective for synthesizers. Anybody got any ideas? A collective?
A vogue.
A vogue of synthesizers.
No, sorry, a mode.
A fusing of synthesizers.
Yes, that's right. Anybody else got an idea for a synthesizer? No. Mr. Higgins of Hounslow sent me an advertisement for a microcomputer synthesizer of programmed tunes, which listed among its repertoire Star Wars, Jingle Bells, and Beethoven's 9th and 12th. It's very clever of it.
For all the family.
Indeed, yes. Past, present, and future. Ian, Mr. Sidney Jones had a great hit with this. Ian, any chance of you remembering the song title or the show?
I think there's not much chance of my remembering the song title, but you mentioned Sidney Jones. And
I just said Jones.
The only song that I know by Sidney Jones begins something like, "Dream, oh my dearest, till we meet once more," which comes from the Geisha.
So
and if that one comes from the Geisha, then presumably we're home and dry.
And you got your mark, yes, from the Geisha. The song's called The Amorous Goldfish. The one I played.
Amorous Goldfish.
The Amorous Goldfish, sung by Anne Welsh on a very elderly record. let's move on, shall we, to a question for Dennis. Dennis, listen to this priceless old lyric.
Way down south, way down in Borneo, there's a wild ant called the Borneo. Way down on Borneo Bay. When you see them do that Borneo, you'll just put your jewels in Borneo. Way down on Borneo Bay.
You'll just put your jewels in Porneo. Dennis, the man who wrote...
name for the blue video film.
Dennis, the man who wrote that song also wrote the music of How You're Going to Keep 'Em Down on the Farm, Carolina in the Morning, and At Sundown. So he did some good work as well. Who was he?
Well, he also wrote My Blue Heaven and Love Me or Leave Me, right?
And Making Whoopee.
Making Whoopee. Yes. Walter Donaldson.
Walter Donaldson, yes, that's right. Dennis, for your information, because I know you're an old song collector, I came across an old song called Sister Mary Walked Like That. It was written by A Massage.
Actually, there's a lot of those old songs that had marvellous titles. There was one that was called If I'd known now what I knew then, I would never have did what I'd done. There's another one called There's No One Needs Endurance Like the Man Who Sells Insurance.
That's right. A little general knowledge. John, what was the relationship between the concert singer Dora Labette and the opera diva Lisa Perley?
One and the same.
Same person?
Same person.
What was the story, do you know, briefly behind?
Well, at one time, it was very difficult for English singers to get into opera. You had to have a German or Italian name, and so she put on an Italian name, Lisa Perli, and got in.
Yes, Dora Labette, finding that Covent Garden would have nothing to do with a Mendelssohn Elijah type singer, auditioned as Lisa Perli and made a triumphant debut in La Boheme. Those were the days, right? Frank, I like a good crisp title, don't you? Mm-hmm. Who wrote a song called My Dear Eternally Beloved Jenny von Westphalen?
Somebody who possibly had composing talents, but very little talents for lyric writing, but also wanted to get on fair terms with Westerham. In other words, a suitor of the lady in question.
Well, yes, he married Jenny, actually. He married Jenny von Westphalen, and some people may know who married her. This was a song in the sense of a poem. It was a poem he wrote when he was 18 years old. Do you know who it was? Shall I give you a clue?
Yes.
He also wrote a book called Das Kapital.
Ah, Alfred Marx.
He wrote Das Entertainment.
You're getting warm, actually. We can't give him the mark, can we? 18-year-old Karl Marx wrote a song to Jenny von Westphalen. Yeah. Ian, who addressed his letters to the mother of the great composer Rossini?
Oh, I should think a lot of people. You see, where Rossini lived, it was a very, very common name. There was Rossini the Vino, Rossini the Spaghetti,
Rossini the Gas,
there's Rossini the Post, Rossini the Voice, and there was Rossini the Composer. And because he was a great composer, they used to write to if they wrote to his mother, if they wrote to the madre, they write to the madre of the great composer Rossini.
If that is like a grandparent's remark, actually.
But if that isn't worth a mark, I don't know what is, do you? Yes, a mark.
It's not right.
Who addressed his letters to the mother of the great composer Rossini? The answer is Rossini did. He wrote letters to his mother, addressed to her as the mother of the great composer Rossini. But he was very young at the time. Very young at the time.
Well, if he was very young, he was being prophetic.
Oh, he was, yeah. Dennis, who played Bottom on Broadway in Swinging the Dream?
Well, that was a very interesting show, wasn't it? Because yes, it was a version, it was a swing version of Midsummer Night's Dream, and it had a good cast, because it had Louis Armstrong.
That's right.
We had the Benny Goodman Sextet. We had Maxine Sullivan, if I remember.
He nodded when you said Louis Armstrong.
Yes. Did he? Oh, that was as far as I need. Well, I get off here then.
He played bottom, yes. It was his only Broadway role, and it didn't run very long.
No, just about 2 weeks or something.
That's right, 1939 it was.
Who did the Benny Goodman sextet play?
Fairies, I suppose. I mean, who else does crowd scenes in the dream? You're going to hear some songs, not with words, but with sounds, vocal sounds. In fact, I can tell you in advance that the sounds in question are, respectively, a hooey-de-hooey, toot-toot, and ooh. So, John, you first. Identify, please. A composer? A bird? A flower? I'll accept anything, really. Don't know it.
A clue is what I need, not a bird or a flower.
Clue. Well, I mean, a very, very musical bird and a very beautiful flower. Rita Streich was the singer. Saint-Saëns, the composer, was the nightingale and the rose. No, we must leave that.
Search me.
Well, another sound. Frank, here's your sound. What can you tell me about that?
Somewhere in the middle of that was it's an Indian call, isn't it? My papadum told me when I was in my it's blues and it ends up blues in the night.
Did you recognise the singer from that tiny snatch? No, it was Cleo.
Yes, Cleo. I did, but I couldn't remember the name.
Yes, you have them up.
There's a very upper-class version of that, which goes, my mother informed me when I was in Jodhpurs.
Charming. Ian, in your case, just the name of the song.
Off they go.
Just the name of the song, he said, as if it was something that one could throw off like that.
Yes.
There seemed to be something about a train.
Yes.
A sort of
Yes.
I mean, the only one I know is "Pardon Me, Boy." Is that the Chattanooga
No,
Choo-Choo?
Considerably predates
And it doesn't sound like the Coronation Scot.
Dennis, do you know it?
Somewhere around about the back of the cerebellum, it's lurking, but I can't dig
The
it out.
singer in that little bit was Kathy Kirby, and the tune begins...
Down at the station.
Down by the station. Off we go. No.
What's it called? Down by the station. This is what you damn children on your knee to. Yeah.
I know that some Louette Jean.
Yes, that's right. Down by the station early in the morning. Yes, I mean it's no news that half the folk songs in the world and the nursery songs are the same tune.
Yes.
Dennis,
I was just fishing for a quarter of a point.
No,
I don't think we have that.
No, I'm wasting my time.
Dennis, your turn. Whose ooh is this? And most important, how many people are oohing it?
That's that most beautifully photographed scene in Seven Brides for Seven Brothers.
Yeah.
I'm a Lonesome Polecat.
Yes.
And presumably it's seven brothers are doing it.
Well, now, this is the point. I've played that
it's
deliberately
one of those,
because
this is the point type.
Well,
point.
I cotted my blotty book with this in an earlier edition of the programme. I said that seven brothers were involved in one of the songs from the film. I had forgotten, and lots of kind people wrote to tell me that, of course, there were seven brothers and seven brides in the one bride for seven brothers, but one of the brothers, Adam, goes up into the hills. Do you remember this?
Yeah.
Leaving the six brothers, and it's the six brothers who do that Lonesome Polecat song. And the seventh brother finally comes back towards the end of the film.
It's too expensive to use throughout the film. But
Howard Keel.
even it's the plot.
Right. We turn now to the My Music Sports page.
Oh, the games people play now, every night and every day now. Never meaning what they say now, never saying what they mean.
But these are mainly ball games. John, what can you tell me about this?
I'll make a song of Hambledon and sing it at the George. Our balls that flew from Beldam's bat like sparks from Pennock's forge. The centuries of Aylward and 1,000 guineas bet, and still the keeping wicket to the thunderbolts of red.
John.
Norman Bailey singing.
Yes, a song by, do you know?
Well, isn't that enough?
No, well, no, it's enough for a mark, yes, but there's more to be said. A Peter Warlike song, and Frank was making sort of bowling gestures to me, so he realised...
Drake is in his hammock club.
It's
Bills.
I would have thought so.
You were bowling underhand, weren't you?
Of course.
Well, you should have gone over.
The cricketers,
it's a cricket
Hambledon.
song.
Hambledon,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, Hambledon, yes. I must tell you, because it's rather interesting, this words by Bruce Blunt for a cricket match on New Year's Day 1929 when Blunt and other Eskimos, as they call themselves, played J.C. Squire's Invalids on Broad Halfpenny Down in protest against football encroaching on the cricket season. And that song was called The Cricketers of Hambledon. Great place in cricket history. Frank.
Drake is in
Yeah, cricket then, Frank. In 1898, a composer called Scott Gatty wrote a country house ditty called Cricket, with words by Harry and Leo Trevor, and the chorus went like this. Steady's the word, don't be too anxious to score. When the bowling gets loose, you can slog like the deuce, but don't be too anxious to score. Lovely old song. The song was dedicated, Frank, to E. Zingari. Who or what is or are that?
Eddie Zingari is a lovely chap.
He's a lovely fellow.
Cricketer.
So much for my part. E. Zingari.
It's a cricket club. A very noble cricket club. It's the cricketing equivalent, is it not, of Leander, the rowing club.
What does it mean, E. Zingari?
As it means, it'll mean somebody. Zigeuner.
Yes, as somebody in the audience said, gypsies. said a man's
Gypsies.
voice. It means the gypsies. Yes.
E-gypsies.
Yeah. Ian, turning to golf, or golf, if you prefer. The same composer, A. Scott Gatty, wrote both words and music of 4, hark the caddies roar, longest drive that ever yet was seen. Though your drive may be all right, yet you keep this fact in sight. You've got to hold the ball out on the green. The song copy, Ian, was dedicated to the Royal and Ancient St Andrews, N.B. What does N.B. stand for?
NB at that point stands for North Britain.
That's right. Right. Then it's a different kind of sport for you, played indoors. Give me a date, if you can, for Love in Mayfair. I'll just play you a strain of it on the piano. Oh, nice tune.
We think Edwardian.
You?
Do we?
A bit early for that.
A bit early.
Actually.
I would think round about the beginning of the century.
Well,
You said that Edwardian is too early.
Yes, a bit too early. I think you got it, because you're very near to
About
it.
1912.
Well, 1913 it was published.
Philippe Raymond.
Philippe Raymond wrote it, that's right. 4 notes. F, D, C sharp, D. The opening notes with different rhythms are the number of pieces of music. John, those 4 notes expressed in this rhythm, what are they? Yes. What is it? Or which composer? Can't conjure it out of your memory, can you? It comes from Don Pasquale. Half a mark, who wrote Don Pasquale? Donizetti, thank you very much. Comes from the overture, actually. Frank, same notes, Frank, different rhythm.
Sweet Rosalie,
No.
Rosalie.
No, that would have been ba-dum-ba-dum. This is ba-la-ba-bam. I wouldn't leave.
Oh, I don't sing it like that. I wouldn't leave my little wooden hut for you.
Well, a lucky half mark. Right, Ian, yours is more sentimental.
What's what I thought of?
Genevieve.
Yes, sweet Genevieve, yes. And, Dennis, yours is in the form of a question, a rhetorical one.
Dun, 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 bum, bum, bum. Ain't we got fun?
Ain't we got fun? Yeah, you get the mark then. 4 songs now, as performed by our 4 singers. Frank, Vesta Victoria's sad song, Now I Have to Call Him Father. Chorus for you and then another one for the audience.
Yes,
would that be
it's
all
a
right?
bit short, isn't it?
Yes.
Unless the audience, if you can come in and la it if you don't know the words, because it's a very tragic song, particularly the way I sing it. He used to come and court his little Mary Ann. I used to think that he was my young man, but mother caught his eye, they were married on the sly. Now I have to call him father. I used to think that he was my young man, but mother caught his eye and they were married on the sly. Now I have to call him. Very good, very good.
I don't think folk songs come any more haunting than John's song, Oh Waly Waly.
Get ready for haunting.
The water is wide, I cannot get o'er, and neither have I wings to fly, but get me a boat that will carry 2, and both shall row, my love and I. Oh, love is handsome and love is fine, and love's a jewel while it is new, but when it is old it groweth cold and fades away like morning dew.
Dennis's song is supposed to be sung by an Indian brave to his squaw. Are you ready, Laughing Water? Shall we do our stuff?
Give me a bit.
Okay.
Your voice is ringing my silver bell. Under your spell, I've come to tell you of the love I am bringing o'er hill and dell. Happy we'll dwell, my silver bell.
My silver bell.
I see.
I'm ever so sorry. Something came over me at that.
Did, didn't it?
It's
you
just
usurped my prerogative.
Yes, I did a bit.
I would never have dreamt of doing that.
You never usurped a prerogative in your life, did you, Ian?
No,
Instead, you sung Edelweiss, didn't you, sometimes? Would you rather sing it or spell it? Sing it.
I think I'd rather sing it.
Edelweiss, Edelweiss, every morning you greet me, small and white, clean and bright, you seem happy to meet me, blossom of snow, may you bloom and grow, bloom and grow forever. Edelweiss, Edelweiss, bless my homeland forever. Blossom of snow, may you bloom and grow, bloom and grow forever. Edelweiss, Edelweiss, bless my homeland forever.
don't really think anything can follow that except the score, which shows the victory this week for Denis Norden and Ian Wallace.
Taking part in My Music were John Amos, Frank Muir, Ian Wallace and Denis Norden. The chairman was Steve Race. The questions were compiled by Steve Race and the programme was produced by Tony Schreier. We present My Music. A musical panel game devised by Edward J. Mason and Tony Schreier. And here to introduce the teams is Steve Race.
Thank you. Greetings and welcome to another edition of My Music, presented before a live audience, relatively, at the Commonwealth Institute in London. John Amos and Frank Muir versus Ian Wallace and Denis Norden. John, here's a very catchy folk dance called Newcastle. John, that was Newcastle, played by the Broadside Band, with fiddle, bass viol, regal and mandora. What are those last two? Regal, mandora.
I think a regal is a kind of fiddle, and a mandora is a kind of lute.
Yes, ancestor of the lute. Regal is not a fiddle.
Is it not?
No, so you've got half a mark. It's a portable one-manual organ. Frank, what is this enormously popular piece, please?
No, it's known as to me, as the toccata.
The toccata.
Yeah, well, it's the only one I know.
That's right.
And it's played as a kind of voluntary, mostly, when I've heard it in churches.
Yes, actually organists are asked to play it and they're not very voluntary about it. Organists who can't manage a very difficult piece are asked to play it at weddings. That's right, yes. It's the toccata by good luck, really. By request, by desire, yeah. Tell him, John.
It's by that well-known American Hollywood director, King Vidor.
Yes. The toccata from Vidor's Fifth Organ Symphony, recorded there by Carlo Curley. What a name, there's a name to conjure with. Ian, I'm coming to you now. From the colossal output of operas by Verdi, I'm going to play you 3 notes, and they're not even sung. They're played by the orchestra. The question is, can you place them?
Oh, wait, I shouldn't do that. It's from Rigoletto. My goodness me, that takes us back. In the very first My Music programme ever, you played that for Denis. Not just the 3 notes, but you played somebody singing La Donna Mobile. And you then said to him, Denis, translate from the Italian La Donna e Mobile. And quick as a flash, he said, my bird's got a motorbike. That was the first laughter we heard in My Music all those years ago.
I wanted to introduce this again because on a much earlier programme, I mentioned that somebody, I'm longing to repeat this because so many people have asked to hear it again, somebody said, if you play yourself the very end of the version of La Donna Immobile by Nikolai Gedda, you will find that he sings the words elephant's ears. And I knew this was ridiculous, and I played the record, and he does. Listen. Well, a lot of people wanted to hear that again, and now they have. Right. Dennis, 2 titles, at least 2 titles, please, for this.
Irresistibly reminiscent of something somebody once told me that they heard in America, the Silent Night Bossa Nova. That's You Are My Heart's Delight, yes. And in German that's something like Das ist dein ganz Heart alone, allein, or something like that. Yeah.
Well, yes, in English, You're My Heart's Delight. In America, do you happen to know?
Oh, yes, they call it, mine is your heart alone, or yours is my heart alone.
Yours is my heart alone, that's right.
Yes.
The version we heard was George Shearing. It was done as a mambo, but you've got it, yes, the 3 language versions there. The Lion, the Ram, Gemini, Aquarius. John, the answer is written in our stars. Who composed a Capricorn concerto?
Samuel Barber.
That is right, and you've got a good, rich mark for that.
Thank you.
Yeah. 3 more star questions. Frank, what has this to do with stars? Yes.
Very little, in fact.
Pigs in space.
It's television thing, isn't it? Star Trek.
Star Trek,
yes. Who is it said that about astrology, saying I don't believe in it? I don't even believe in astronomy. Yes.
That's right. Ian, the star of the County Down. What was her name, and what are the 4 corners of Ireland that can boast nothing like her?
Oh, can I sing you the answer?
Oh, yes, please. That'd be lovely.
Yes. No, just a minute.
Can you sing me the answer?
As she onward sped, I scratched me head, and I gazed with a feeling queer. Then I says I, to a passer-by, who's the maid with the nut-brown hair? He smiled at me, and with pride says he, that's the gem in old Ireland's crown. Now here comes what you wanted. Young Rosie McCann, that's the first answer. Yes. From the banks of the Bann, she's the star of the county down. Here's the rest of it. Oh, from Bantry Bay up to Derry Quay, and from Galway to Dublin town. No maid I've seen like the brown colleen that I met in the county down.
Perfection.
It's a bit of irregular repertoire.
No, lovely, that was lovely. Dennis, here's a star ending on a high note. I thought that beat might be coming, boing at the end.
Yeah.
Never make up your mind, was the line she was singing.
Poor Jenny, bright as a penny.
That's right, yes. In the film...
Which film? Because there's 2, there's Lady in the Dark. No, that would be, because of that, that would be just the excerpt they did in Star. Yeah. And particularly as you're asking around about stars, that confirms my suspicions. Yeah.
And it was sung by a young lady who I first saw at the age of 12 on the stage of the London Hippodrome, in black velvet, singing.
Yes, Julie Andrews.
Julie Andrews, that's right, yes. The story of Gertrude Lance, it was, in fact. Right. Please put the record straight to requests the musicologist Lionel Salter, who takes me to task for misleading you slightly about the first televised opera, and I'm happy to oblige. The first opera directly commissioned for television began like this. Which was Giancarlo Menotti's Amal and the Night Visitors, first seen on Christmas Eve 1951 in America. But, John, the first opera, or even part of an opera that was ever televised, was in a BBC News programme 2 weeks after the world's first television service opened, here, of course, in November 1936. What they showed was a snippet from the opera Pickwick. Its composer was born in St. Petersburg, died in Cape Town, a cellist, pianist and conductor. His name...
Albert Coates.
Got it. Yes.
And he was a conductor who looked as if he was always conducting with the back part of him. Not the upper back, but the lower back. But a very good conductor of Russian music.
Yes. Father born in Yorkshire, mother a Russian. And he also composed an opera called Samuel Pepys. And talking of Pepys, Frank, your question, who played Pepys in a 1951 musical based on his life?
1951?
Yes, 1951.
And So to Bed.
That's right. That lovely fair bar to... nice Vivian Ellis tune. Who played Pepys?
Leslie Henson.
That's right. Leslie Henson it was, with Betty Paul as Elizabeth Pepys. Just playing the piano reminded me, I saw a memo from our producer that was sent to some production department that read, piano to be tuned at 1700 hours sharp. Ian, we were talking about Samuel Pickwick. In the musical version of Pickwick that we all remember, there was a song for Harry Seacombe called British Justice.
I will not pay!
British Justice, roar, roar, roar! British Justice, yeah, yeah, yeah! It's so perfect, simply splendid, yeah, yeah.
British Justice has prevailed. Innocent men are often jailed, but the system never failed.
Ian,
that's splendid.
Isn't it lovely to hear him, sharp or not? Ian, in the Dickens story, who represents British justice in court, and who are the firm that retain?
Oh, goodness.
Him.
I think I know the name of the chap, Sergeant Buzzfuzz.
He'll do.
But
Yes,
I can't think
right.
of the...
Who are the firm?
Can't think. The only legal thing I can ever think of in Dickens is Jarndyce v. Jarndyce, but that's a different story.
Well, this is Bardell versus Pickwick. Do you know the legal firm, Dennis? Somebody in the audience, please. Oh, you must know. Dodson and Fogg.
Could I go back for a moment to the televised opera first? Because I think I'm right in saying that I was in the first fully length television opera, which was in 1947, La Bohème from the Cambridge Theatre.
And you think it was the first... What?
Well, I think it was the first opera televised from a theatre.
Yes.
And it was, I think, before they had televised an opera in full from a television studio.
Yes. Dennis, the best known song from that musical, Pickwick, was this.
Every day would be the first day of spring. Every heart would have a new song to sing. And we'd sing of the joy every morning would bring.
Well up there, Harry Seacombe. Dennis, whose book, music and lyrics?
Wolf Mankwitz's book, Cyril Ornadell's music, and Leslie Brickus, one of the few things where he only wrote the lyrics.
That's right. Songs and their words. Where will I find a reference in a song to, John, biting the blue finger?
Biting the blue finger.
Biting the blue finger. Yes.
Finger.
Biting the blue finger.
Dennis seems to know this. No.
I'll tell you what, this will be rather good. I will play you the left hand only of the introduction to the piano part, right?
Good Lord. Did a frustrated author writing with ink?
What is it? Vaughan Williams.
Yes, it's the
Songs of Travel.
Yes, it's one. It's the Vagabond.
The Vagabond.
Biting the blue finger. They sing in the middle of it. Let him have it.
Funny line.
A line from a song, Frank. No smell of gasoline. Dennis sang
Sheik
this.
of Araby. Reassuring the lady in his tent.
Yes, Ali Baba's camel. No smell of gasoline.
What did Dennis say?
No smell of gasoline.
Thanks for the buggy ride.
Yeah, thanks for the buggy ride. Do you want Frank to have the mark?
Yeah.
I will not
give the poor devil the mark.
Not unless it's money.
I'll give him the mark then. Why not? Ian, I don't believe it was his mother. What's that from?
I don't believe it was his mother.
I don't believe it was his mother.
From the finale of Act 1 of something.
It's This it was very understandable that they didn't believe it was his mother, because Iolanthe, for having fallen in love with a member of the human race, was condemned to lie upside down in the bottom of a river for many, many years, and remained 17.
I didn't actually ask for the synopsis, but a quick rundown on the 17 acts.
Steve, there is so often that I have nothing to contribute. But a monosyllabic. And you see, we're here when I'm cut short. All right, I'll just say the Lord Chancellor. But it was very difficult for anybody to believe that a 17-year-old girl could be a 25-year-old peer's mother.
That's right. I don't believe it was his mother.
She only looked 17, although she was much older.
Do shut up. The Lord Chancellor, as you say, the finale.
So I take it that my singing clue didn't help much.
I've got a...
Well, it kind of served it was a sort of catalyst.
Okay.
Dennis, I've got just an excerpt from a song for you. Don't Let Us Throw One.
You have out-obscured me.
So don't...
Actually, give me the right hand only.
Don't let us throw... So don't let us throw one sweet moment away. Yes.
Now that came out unbidden, but I don't know what song it is.
It's a cliché remark.
Sweet moment away. Oh, go on, tell me.
Time waits for no one.
Time waits for no one. Yeah.
You won't expect the mark for that. No. Some musical curiosities now. John, can you think of a composition of 1727 in which the accompaniment is much better known and better loved than the actual tune itself?
The first of the 48 preludes and fugues, or rather the prelude.
Oh, well, that's so brilliant, you must get it. I don't know about 1727, but the...
Well, neither do I.
Period, can I just explain that? You are thinking of...
Yes.
Which is the Gounod added the Ave Maria tune on the top. Yeah. Well, you must have the mark. I was thinking of this accompaniment.
Oh, yes.
As opposed to the tune.
On the other hand, the tune isn't Bach's, is it?
No, but it's the tune.
Yeah.
Frank, here's a more than familiar snatch of song.
You want to demonstrate it, or
Frank? No. The question: do be careful. Do be careful. What is the title of that song?
It's called. It's called Kokey Kokey.
The pardon?
Kokey Kokey.
Yes, that's right. Not the Hokey Cokey or the Hokey Pokey, or anything like that. But the Kokey Kokey is the correct title. You're absolutely
right. I just said it.
Yes, but a lot of people don't. They call it the Hocus Pocus.
Lionel Salter will have you up for it.
Ian, rather similar to John's question, it's a light music composition of our own day in which the counter melody is probably better known, better liked even, than the melody itself. Shall I give you the first couple of chords?
Do. Ronald Binge, yes. Elizabethan Serenade.
Yes. The counter melody is... And the tune, of course, is... Yep. Right. Dennis, can you think of a hit record of 1951, with a monosyllabic title, I might add, in which the second chorus, rather than the first chorus, was almost certainly what made it into a hit?
A monosyllabic
title, yes. And the second chorus, I maintain, is what made it a hit, not the first chorus. And shall I play you...
that's the clue which throws you. I was thinking of If.
No.
If I give it a
yes. No, I'll play you the tape, and then as soon as you recognise the song, shout its title. Right?
Right.
Here we go. Cry. Johnny Ray's Cry, the second chorus.
It was very good.
Here are 4 final songs about jobs or professions, being respectively fruit seller, ploughboy, costermonger and pirate king. And guess who's going to be the pirate king if he gets his breakfast? Frank, you first. Strawberry Fair.
It's occurred to me from time to time that John keeps having the privilege of being unaccompanied by yourself.
Oh, what?
In his singing, and I thought that I would sing this unaccompanied, if I may.
Right, you may do that, yes.
As I was going to Strawberry Fair, singing, singing, buttercups and daisies, I met a maiden taking her where? Fiddle-dee. Her eyes were blue and golden her hair, as she went on to Strawberry Fair. Rifle, rifle, what a lovely Eiffel. Rifle, rifle. That's enough of me.
The great difficulty when you sing unaccompanied songs, as that proves, is finding the right note to start on.
Well,
neither too high nor too low.
That's right. You're accompanied, John. You're a cowboy, ploughman, footman, butler, all in the ploughboy.
Up the apples and pears.
That's right. There's your key.
A flaxen-headed cowboy, as simple as may be, and next to merry ploughboy I whistled early. But now a saucy footman I strut in Woodcliff Place, and soon I'll be a butler and wear my jolly face. When steward I'm promoted, I'll snip the tradesman's bill. My master's coffer's empty, my pockets full to bill. When lolling in my chariot, so great a man I be, so great a man, so great a man, so great a man I'll be. Oh, forget the little ploughboy that whistled early. You forget the little ploughboy that whistled early.
For Denis, a song about fruit and veg, all the things they sell from the barrows in the Walworth Road. Norman Long billed himself, Denis, do you remember, as...
Well, he built himself as a smile, a song and a piano, but he was known within the profession as all teeth and trousers.
I thought it was a song, a joke and a piano. But
no, a smile, a song and a piano. No, did it have a tune?
Yes.
Right, yes, I'm not too proud to sing with it, right. They've got cotton, they got silks, they got winkles, they got wilks on the barrows in the Walworth Road. You'll know how a lover feels if you have some jellied eels from the barrows in the Walworth Road. You can pick up bargains hot, you can pick up quite a lot, that you'll have a shock when you unload. They've canaries, they're all posh, that are sparrows when they wash on the barrows in the Walworth Road.
Mrs. P.R. Oliver of Wadebridge, Cornwall, went into a store in Newquay and said, "I'd like a record of the Pirates of Penzance." And the girl behind the counter said, "Are they a local group?" Ian, I am a pirate king. Can you give me a rumty-tumpty idea of a tempo?
Sort of about that, like that, till ready. Oh, better far to live and die under the brave black flag I fly than play a sanctimonious part with a pirate's head and a pirate's heart. Away to the cheating world go you, pirates all are well-to-do, but I'll be true to the song I sing and live and die a pirate king, for I am a pirate king. And it is a glorious thing to be a pirate king, for I am a pirate king. And it is a glorious thing to be a pirate king. It is a wrath of the pirate king, a wrath of the pirate king.
time to go, but just time to tell you that this week's victors are John Amos and Frank Muir. Goodbye.
Taking part in My Music were John Amos, Frank Muir, Ian Wallace and Denis Norden. The chairman was Steve Race. The questions were compiled by Steve Race and the program was produced by Tony Schreier.